The pro-Trump conservative media outlet One America News was forced on Monday to release a statement saying that they were wrong about voter fraud in the state of Georgia and that the two women that they had accused of basically stuffing ballots into voting machines to give Biden the state, that in fact didn't happen. Now let me read to you this statement from One America, which in my opinion does not read as either a correction or an apology based on their previous reporting, which for the record, they were ordered to do this as part of the settlement they reached with these two women that, again, they had accused of stealing the election in Georgia. Here's the statement that they aired. 30-second statement, by the way. Georgia officials have concluded that there was no widespread voter fraud by election workers who counted ballots at the State Farm Arena in November 2020. The results of this investigation indicate that Ruby Freeman and Wandrea Shea Moss did not engage in ballot fraud or criminal misconduct. A legal matter with this network and the two election workers has been resolved to the mutual satisfaction of the parties through a fair and reasonable settlement. You lied on the air saying that these two women were putting votes into voting machines to steal the state for President Biden. Nowhere in that statement that I just read did you admit fault. Nowhere in that statement did you apologize for what you did to these two women who were harassed, they were stalked, they faced all kinds of intimidation from crazed MAGA fanatics. And that was a piss poor excuse that One America gave, like, oh, hey, there was no voter fraud in Georgia. These women didn't do anything. If I were them, if I were the lawyers working on this case, I would immediately go back to court and say, this is not okay. One time running a 30-second pre-recorded piece saying, hey, there was no voter fraud in Georgia. These women didn't do anything. I think they should demand a public apology, an immediate retraction, and an admission of wrongdoing on behalf of the network. That is what would suffice, I think. But this little statement that they've put out after months and months of lying, because by the way, an investigation that concluded last October, and it's now May, just for those keeping track on a calendar, an investigation last October determined there was no criminal conduct and there was no fraud in the Fulton County voting. So for 8 months, maybe 7.5-ish, hell, maybe let's just even go with 7. But for at least 7 months, they knew that they were lying. This retraction, which it's not even a retraction, this message should have been played last October when that investigation concluded. But it took a legal settlement to even get them to admit that there was no fraud. They didn't apologize for what they said. They didn't apologize for the lives they ruined. They didn't let their audience know that they told them something that wasn't true. They're reporting this as if it's new information, like, hey, looks like these women didn't do anything. Good for them. Not good enough for me. And hopefully it's not good enough for these two women either. And they demand something better, something longer, and something from the network that admits that they screwed up and that they lied to their audience. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.